I hope that people start to realize soon that they the power if only they'd unite to leverage it against the corporations that have been setting unfair rules for decades. We control this economy. Without our participation, it stumbles and ultimately fails. I wish that we as a nation and even broader, as a world, would unify in a way that would make it so that these businesses can't ignore the people any longer and have to make real change to better improve workers' lives. Unusual, but normal given its circumstances. West Berlin was an economic magnet, with it being surrounded by an enemy state and a Brian Wilson Pet Sounds 50th anniversary shirt hassle for import and export. With the construction of the wall, the whole remaining industry moved away from the city, and employment in West Berlin was virtually only in the public sector, academic sector, and service industry. It's hard to compete that way with the rest of Germany. Brian Wilson Pet Sounds 50th anniversary shirt. Tank top. V-neck. Ladies' tee for men and women. Tank top. Height and weight don't matter. I said this in the previous thread when this showed up, and I'll say it again. Being a good athlete does not mean you're good at fighting. Anyone acting like boxing or combat sports is an easy transition just because you're a boxing dad. Like a regular dad but cooler vintage shirt. Good athlete are people who have never actually fought or trained in their life. The technique is significantly more important than strength and speed when it comes to boxing, especially when most people don't even know how to throw a real punch. I think Jake Paul is a piece of shit, but I'd take the guy who has fight experience and trains with professional coaches and boxers over the NBA star with no training any day of the week. If Nate actually trained, it might be different, but just throwing him in there is not going to go how most of you think it would. Other products.